Okay, so the question as I see it is, will GPUs and artificial intelligence and machine learning make our traditional software obsolete? That is to say, by combining my data with all the data of the world, I gain access to artificial intelligence and eventually machine learning. So does that change the equation? Well, I think traditional software is basically an algebraic equation. It takes your data and it says if X plus Y equals Z, in other words, if in the past years, in January, we had sales of so much and it increased over the last 5 years in January at this rate, then we can predict that this year's January sales will be Z. On the other hand, if I interject artificial intelligence and machine learning, it adds into the equation the current conditions of the economy, the current conditions of the world geopolitical system, and what has happened in the past and what has happened in the future. So now what is the answer to the equation? Is it Q? That's the difference. And it hasn't been available. The other issue that comes into play is a CPU can't process all that data, and my data source doesn't have all that data. So who brings these things together? I think it answers the question that I've been asking the last couple of weeks. Why are these companies buying all these GPUs? And I think the answer is because they are going to replace what we think of as traditional software, because it's going to open up the whole mass of data that is available to us. Again, if you'll read about and just Google, what is the difference between conventional software and artificial intelligence and machine learning? And it's a long, detailed, but you're going to come to the same conclusion that I did, that companies like Palantir and Adobe and Salesforce and Servicenow don't have the GPUs that are going to be needed for companies to make efficient and good decisions. Now, does that mean they're going out of business? No, because most of the world won't wake up to it. Most of the world won't recognize, like in my situation, I can't make advertising decisions to promote my channel because I don't have enough information. I know that most of my clients, my people are male. They live in the United States and they are between 45 and above. But what it doesn't know is what is the buying habits been of all the 66 million potential people in my TAM that might be interested in my product and my service. And the only way I can get access to that is to get access to the data that is owned by Google, Microsoft, Meta, Apple, and then have the processing, the compute power to analyze that data, to put my ad in front of the people that I don't know. The 22-year-old who just inherited a bunch of money and wants to manage it himself, I don't know who he is because he doesn't fit my demographics. But Google and Meta do, because they have seen over the last 3 months where he's searching and what his interests are. And until I get access to that data, I can't put an ad in front of him. And that is what is going to happen to our whole world. That the software that analyzes my data just isn't good enough. And it won't take me to where I want to go. And that's true of every element of the world. Again, I made my last payment on my BMW 3 days ago. Do you think BMW has contacted me to say, Kerry, come on over here to the luxury auto mall and we'll show you a hybrid that would be perfect for you? No, they haven't, because the software they're using doesn't have any machine learning or AI capabilities. So BMW will change. All you've got, I've written an article on this, and it's on my website. Will artificial intelligence and machine learning replace traditional software? And it's a 2-page article. It's in our. Go to my website and go to. It says articles, and I have done a tremendous amount of research, and some of my tribe members have helped me with this. Thank you. I won't use their names because I don't have their permission, but this is eye-opening. Read about this, understand it, and I think you'll come to the same conclusion that I have, is I don't want to own software companies, not unless they buy the amount of GPUs. What was it? I was told that Meta, Microsoft and Meta are the 2 largest buyers of NVIDIA's H100s, with a combined spend of $9 billion in 2023 alone. These people are separating themselves, and they're spending a ton of money on doing it in order to keep themselves in the game. And recognizing they have to do this if they're going to continue on the growth trajectory that they have created over the last 20 years. I mean, Amazon, Google, Microsoft, Meta, Apple have been growing at the rate of collectively 35% a year. If they're going to stay with that kind of growth, they have to introduce a new product. And that new product is going to be the new world of software. Now, again, you may say Palantir is the greatest thing since sliced bread, and it may have been yesterday, but I don't think it is tomorrow. Unless they can get into some sort of an agreement with Amazon, Google, Microsoft, Meta, and Apple, or they get some discounted price from the players in the GPU world, and that's NVIDIA, AMD, and Intel. No, you're out of the game if you aren't in the GPU game, okay? This is what my channel is all about. This is, and I hope you saw my video yesterday where I featured Matthew McConaughey and Salesforce, who has basically put ads out there. They recognize this. They've put ads out there. Matthew's on a train, and these bandits come on the train and start stealing everybody's data. Salesforce sees it coming, and they say, we've got to put fear in the hearts of these companies that you don't dare share your data with Amazon, Google, Apple, Microsoft, and Meta. They'll steal it from you. Oh, really? They're going to steal your data and then jeopardize the future of their companies for your little company's data? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think they'll enter into a lock-hard contract with you that says your data is your data, our data is our data. You don't steal ours, we don't steal yours, but together we'll grow. I have written a letter to the head scientist of Meta, and I will write one to Google today saying, hey, I want to collaborate with you. I want access to your GPUs because I know where this train is going, and I want to be on it. I honestly believe that I can, if I get this put together properly, I can take my little company to a $6 billion company in a matter of 3 to 4 years. And any company can do that with the access to the software that I'm going to have available to me through GPUs. Through artificial intelligence and machine learning processed by GPUs. You got to put those 3 things together, plus my data. That's 4 to make it work. But once you put that equation together, the world will change. My world will change. I hope yours will too. And I think I can change your world if you'll take advantage of our 14-day free trial where you get full exposure to our method of buying, identifying, and Anyway, Kerry Grinkmeyer, best of us investors. I think I've discovered the discovery of my lifetime anyway, and I'm turning 80 next month.